Welcome, chat. Welcome, everyone. This is the illest new podcast on the planet. This is Mike, and this is I Know.
And I'm Kevin. Just so you know, on this podcast, he doesn't.
You can see the hat, and the hat proves that I know more than he does. This is a response video to one where I went a little haywire from what people have said, especially my illustrious co-host. Went a little haywire on a young lady whose name starts with the letter K. So what I'm going to do is step out the way. I'm going to let him get his defense on, and hopefully maybe they have a cape over here I can find for him so he can put it on. We'll see. Go right ahead, sir. Is there a cape here?
Hilarious. All right, guys. So I'm going to give you guys my review on Netflix's Forever. So my thoughts initially is I'm not really into like love stories or like romantic dramas. I do like it when it's like mixed into like other type of genres like sci-fi, maybe mixed in like action. But this story is like one of those stories where it's like it really captures my attention, mainly because it's just so relatable and it's just so cutesy. Like it kind of reminds me of like how I was in high school, where like everything was just so simple. Like the only thing I would worry about is like playing video games or going to the mall or listening to hip hop. So it kind of reminds me of like how it is to be like in love and like don't care about anything in high school. Now what I really like about this story is that when it comes to like most romantic dramas or romantic comedies and stuff like that, their formula is just so basic, where it's like this happens, then that happens, and this happens, and that happens. In this story, it's more like this happened, but because of that, this happened, then this happens, therefore that happens. So like it's more like a cause and effect kind of thing, to where like there's always a reason for why someone was doing something, or there's always a reason why this certain event happens. So that's what's going on with this. So it's about Keisha and Justin. With those two characters, I really like them. Like I said, they kind of remind me of me in high school. Some of the girls I used to date in high school, or be around in high school, where they're like really emotional, but at the same time they're trying to figure things out. So as you watch it, like you really can't look to see and blame somebody and call them the villain. Like you're just going through this journey of love where it's up and down, where everything is good, everything is bad. And like I said, there's no villain because there's always a reason as to why something is going on. And I've seen some comments online that they don't like the mom, they don't like the dad, and things like that, and other characters. I think that's weird. I think all the characters have a place in it, as opposed to like other shows. Although there is this light-skinned girl, I can't remember her name. She's a little too thirsty for me. I didn't like her character, but I mean she had a reason to be there. But I think they kind of forced that one. But yeah, even the mom, like the mom, people were saying that she was like kind of too stern and too mean. I think she had good intentions, but you guys will watch that and determine that for yourself. But other than that, yeah, I think it was really cutesy. I got goosebumps from it, especially from Keisha. Her actress, like we said on the last time, the actress is so fine. Oh my gosh, I did this a couple of times while watching it. So fine. And Justin is very lucky. But but there's a scene where she was like crying, and I just like had goosebumps. And if you can do that, you have a good show on your hands. So I am ready for season 2 now. Like I don't know what they're doing, but I need to read the script or something like that, because I need to see what happens next. But okay, yeah. Final thoughts. I'll give it 9, maybe 9.5 out of 10. Wow. Yeah, it's that good.
I agree. I think it's good too.
Yeah. You had any final thoughts?
Oh no, I already said my final thoughts. It's all on you, Pimp.
All right, sir. All right, guys. Well, come back and listen to the discussion as I defend the Queen Keisha, because wow, there's a lot going on.
Nothing queen-like about Keisha.
There's a lot going on. I have to talk about this guy. But all right, guys. We'll see you soon.
And you'll find out why I'm right.
All right.
Welcome back. This is the cross table without the table discussion about the Forever first season on Netflix. This is Mike, and I Know.
I'm Kevin. On this podcast, he does it.
But you see the hat. That's all I gotta say. I want to start by saying I knew everything what Kevin was gonna say. If you listen to his nonsensical defense of Keisha and anything on the show, you'll hear that he always uses the word because, reason for, this happened, that happened, all that nonsense. It's insane. So, Kevin, I want to ask you a question, or maybe a couple. I'll look at him with his little notes.
Ask me a question. I'm gonna go over my notes because I need to defend.
No problem.
What was I saying? Okay, you were asking me a question.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
I'm gonna ask him a question because, and we're gonna go based off my notes because a lot of things that he was saying and a lot of things that a lot of guys say is why women don't feel protected.
Don't compare me with other guys.
Make sure that you women, you queens, are defended. So
first of all, it's not a man's job to defend a woman. It's a husband's job to defend a wife. It's a boyfriend's job to defend his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. It's a male friend's job to defend a female friend. It is not a man's job to defend a woman. I don't know y'all. You feel me? If I see you on the street getting beat up by a guy, I'm gonna step in because that's crazy. But if you're in an argument with somebody, I'm not gonna step in because you're a grown woman. You should know you can't beat that man. Stop arguing. That's a separate issue. That's just how I believe. I'm not gonna put my life at risk for your nonsense. That's one. Okay. But we won't even get into that. Sure. What I'll get into is this. I want to ask you a question, sir.
What's your question?
My question is, black culture, is slavery an acceptable defense for the reason black culture is the way it is?
Nope.
It's not. So slavery's not a good reason?
No.
Okay. Is white supremacy a good reason?
No.
Okay. So remember, this is the same man who just said white supremacy and slavery, which happened for over 400 years apiece, is not a girthy enough reason for the black culture to be the way it is, which is a lie. It's totally wrong. But he thinks the nonsense he watched in a summer for Keisha is enough for her to do the nonsense that she did. Think about that. Think about what he just said. He just said torture, horrors, financial degradation, destruction of cities, flooding of towns. None of that is enough for black culture to be the way it is. But Keisha having her feelings hurt by a guy putting a video around is enough for her to do the nonsense and trauma and torture that she did to Justin. Remember that. That's step one.
What does that have to do?
That has everything to do, because everything you're going to say is she did it because she was hurt by this, or she did it because this happened to her. And I'm telling you, you're being selective. Just like you were talking about the light-skinned girl. You had the nerve to say the light-skinned girl, she was too thirsty, but I kind of understand. You can't give everybody else a pass because and then say she doesn't have a because. She has the most justifiable because. She's known Justin longer than Keisha has. She's known Justin every single year that they visit, they go meet. And she wanted to smash Justin and she hasn't because of whatever reason. And now that they're old enough and they're about to go off to college, she's like, oh, I gotta get it. She has a justifiable reason. So if you can give everybody else a BS pass, why is she the only one that's wrong? Because you're hypocritical.
So before we address your video, you're using white supremacy as a pass. Is that what you're saying?
No.
You're not using it as a pass.
I'm saying white supremacy and slavery are a reason for it. But if you say there aren't, then you can't then use Keisha's actions as a pass for what she did. You can't have it both ways. That's what I'm telling you. You can't have it both ways. I think you're giving her a pass.
You think I'm giving her a pass?
I don't think. I know you're giving, but I want to use your words against you. I know you're giving her a pass. I know it.
Well, guys.
So go ahead. I would love to hear
notes.
Oh, I took notes too. Let's go.
Oh, he has notes.
Oh, I got notes too. Don't play with me.
All right. So I put out the video today. Make sure you guys watch what he said. And these notes will be in order. So some of these things we'll go over, how do I say it, at the same time. So, I'm not going to go over all the notes, but in general, we'll go over all the issues I have.
The stuff that annoys you. That's cool.
Okay, so first, they met at a party, right?
No.
So this is what Mike says.
They re-met at a party. They re-met at a party.
Sure. So they re-met at a party. Mike says they had chemistry, they went out, he was a nice guy, and he bought her a Birkin. I'm joking, it's not a Birkin.
Never said he bought her a Birkin. Okay.
But he basically asked her out on a date, and he bought her a bag. And he says that he was respectful. So I rewatched the scene when they were in the store. My issue is with what you're saying, that Justin was respectful the entire time.
How was he
that
not
he was
respectful?
not.
How was he not respectful?
So they were talking. They went to the cash register, and she was like, "Hey, you know, you really don't have to do this." And then Justin lied and says like, "Oh, I was gonna come to the store anyway, so you're saving me a trip." And then she was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm glad I helped you out." And then Justin made this snobby comment. He was like, "I'm helping you out." And then the camera literally zoomed in on Keisha, and you can see like the uncomfortability on her face. So that's like, if I don't really care about that scene, but that's like,
You brought it up as your first scene, so you must care about it.
I'm saying I don't care about it because like that is anybody can make a snobby comment and not mean it in a mean way.
Because I can give you a list of stuff Keisha did.
Right, I don't care about that because that's just the first offense.
Okay.
I'm just correcting what you're saying. You're saying he was respectful the entire time.
He was
I'm saying
respectful.
he was not.
What he was trying to do was match wits with her because socially she was light years ahead older than him. Socially.
Sure.
We can admit that, correct?
Sure.
He was socially awkward.
Sure.
He was trying to, oh girl, don't worry about it. He was trying to floss. He's bad at it. I was having a debate yesterday about goofies who get money, right? And how they start. We were talking about Drake. Sorry, I know it's your boy. And how people who don't get girls when they're young get money and get girls, and then they mess it up. They start acting away because when you get girls as a youth, you know how to talk when the other girls come to you like, all right, girl, whatever. But when you don't, when you have money, you're like, yeah, girl, that's Justin. Justin's a dork.
Sure.
So this is what happened. He's finally in a position where he can use his resources to be fly, and he just made a mistake.
Well, that was a butthole comment. So
I don't think it was a butthole comment.
That's like, okay, you remember when you bought me food?
Yes.
Okay. So long story short, he had to go to work, so he asked me if I can buy him a plate, and he offered me to get some food as well.
Of course.
And I was like, I'm okay, I don't really want anything.
Get food.
But then he was like, yeah, go get some food. So went over, got him a plate, drove all the way to his job. So
all the way, Negro. We live in the same city. Go ahead.
Same city, but it's like a 15-minute drive. But anyways, I drove all the way to his job and dropped it off. Now let's say after that I dropped it off and I went home. But let's say we sat down, we ate lunch together, and then I say, you really didn't have to buy me lunch. And then you were like, oh, I mean, it's all good. I was gonna go out there anyway, so you saved me a trip. And then I say, oh, well, I'm glad I helped you out. And then you say, oh, let me not say that. And you say, man, I'm helping you out. I would say, what the hell did you say to me? I would consider that as a disrespectful comment.
Well, let's look at it both ways.
Go ahead.
I could take what you said as a disrespectful comment because you're trying to imply that the gift that I gave you, oh, well, you were going to do it anyway, so I helped you do a gift for me. That makes no sense.
That makes perfect sense.
It makes no sense. Because guess what? I could have done something else.
Sure.
But I chose to do this because I knew you would benefit from it.
Sure.
And now you're like, oh, well, I guess you benefiting me doesn't really mean that much because you were going to do it anyway. It's rude both ways. If you want to take it as rude, it can be rude both ways. I don't take it as rude either way. I think they were just both being stupid.
Okay. All right, well, yeah, I'm not going to harp on that because like I said,
Okay.
I don't really care about that comment. I just want to make sure that you understand that initial moment was pretty disrespectful. So
it was not.
But you can see, you can see it as disrespectful. So there's that.
He can see it as disrespectful. But you see that.
All right. So then you said she made Justin feel bad because she likes sucking. So if you guys remember, he was in the movie theater with her. She wanted to show him a little appreciation, which, hey man, I would have let her.
No. She assaulted him. She didn't get his consent.
Wow.
She didn't. Oh no.
Wow.
If we're gonna play this game,
Wow.
let's play the game.
Wow.
She didn't ask him. She didn't get his consent. She tried to do it, and then he tried to make her feel better about being a mouth
I don't like
whore.
that tape.
You don't have to, but it's
like
a
that
fact.
tape.
You don't have to, but it's a. What part of it is a lie? Did she get his consent? Yes or no?
Did he get consent at the
Did
party?
she get his party for what? He didn't try to touch her vagina. He didn't try to touch her vagina at
He
the
went for a
party.
kiss without asking him?
To your point.
Okay, she was trying to show him some appreciation.
Ma'am, there's a difference.
Ma'am?
Yes, I'm talking about Keisha.
Okay.
Ma'am, there's a difference between lips and vagina. So calm down, missus. She's wild. You can't, there's no woman in the world that can watch.
Non-consensual
You ready?
contact is non-consensual contact.
Correct.
What are you talking
But
about?
I'm going to tell you this.
Go ahead.
Is there a difference?
Did I give you permission?
No. Actually, yes, you did. You implied. You implied it when we started the show.
You touching my arm?
Yes, you implied it. Because you said we're partners. You said we're partners in this, and that we have to be comfortable with each other, so we're allowed to blah blah blah. And
you guys
last show,
hear the code.
last show,
You guys hear the code.
It is what it is. You've implied. It's implied consent. We're here every week, and if I don't touch you, I don't even want to have this conversation. It's gonna sound creepy.
Wow.
Anyway, you have implied consent because we see each other every single Friday. Implied consent. But like I said,
you can say that with Keisha?
because there's a difference between. No, they weren't dating.
Didn't you mention that earlier?
What?
Oh, you're talking about protecting women. But
Yeah, there's a difference between protecting here and protecting down there. There's a difference. I can help you. If there was a pedo, if you called actually no, I'm not gonna say
He's
that.
a better word.
Yeah, you're right. All right, we'll do it about. Look at they get mad at. We were having an argument about Diddy, whether Diddy was worse than a PDF file. Okay.
Okay, PDF file.
PDF file, and it was men and women having a discussion, and everybody but this one dumb girl kept saying, nope, they both bad, and then everybody was like, ma'am, what would you rather? A guy come in and he's assaulting a woman, or he's touching her in her sensitive places without permission? They're both bad, but on the hierarchy of bad, they're not even close.
So you're just arguing sins, basically.
No, I'm not arguing sins. I'm saying
they're
both bad, but one is way worse. One is way worse.
This sounds
trying to steal a kiss from a girl.
This sounds crazy.
It doesn't. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
That is wild.
Let me ask you a question. If a girl called the police on you and said you tried to kiss her, okay, what would happen? You tried to kiss her and she didn't want you to kiss. What would happen?
I'll go to jail.
You're alive. You know what would happen? The police would separate you, tell you to go away and never speak to her again.
Or I would go to jail.
You would not go to jail. I know, I've seen it. But you know what happens if the girl called the police and said you were trying to munch on her nether regions? You would go to prison. You would go to jail first. You would have all kinds of stuff. There is a difference. There's a difference in severity.
So you're fine with non-consensual kissing, is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying, is it wrong? Sure, but
it's wrong.
Yeah,
that's
I'm not saying, but
saying.
There's levels of wrong, and in the way women want to be wooed, you as a man have to do that.
You're saying that because you're not a woman. Because if a man tried to unconsensually,
what did I just say?
I just said women.
I just said women. I said women want that. Women want. There is no woman. Look at me. Look at me. Matter of fact, bump him. I'm talking to y'all.
I don't even know if I want to put.
There is and I've proven this. There is no woman on the planet from our age range and up, that want to be asked if you can kiss them.
I always ask.
You're capping. There is no woman on this planet in our age range. Now don't get me wrong. These new Gen Zers or whatever who want you to like ask consent through the whole. Ask consent to kiss me. Ask consent to kiss my neck. Them chicks, you can have them. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I don't want anything to do with any of them. Okay? The women that I grew up with, the women that are under me, the women that are in their late 20s to early 30s, if you ask a woman, you call it what you want. If you ask the woman to kiss, they're gonna laugh at you and go about their business.
Okay.
That's just what it is. And let's be clear, obviously I'm right with Keisha because she damn sure didn't stop.
Okay,
and let's be clear, he didn't kiss her without it. Now that I'm remembering, he went in for the 90 and she came for the 10. So she gave her consent by doing what she did.
Sure.
He didn't.
She accepted it.
Exactly. He was like
done the same thing.
Could have.
But he stopped her and she stopped. Did she not stop?
He did not stop her.
I'm sorry, did she not stop?
He didn't. No, she didn't stop because he told her to stop. She stopped because she felt offended. She stopped because she felt the way.
She was about to do it, and he stopped her. Is what I'm saying.
No.
So we didn't watch the same show.
We didn't.
Okay, let me show him real quick. Hold on, guys.
Pause it.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
No, he didn't. So,
all right, guys.
Welcome back. We watched it, and we still don't agree. So I believe he jumped because the feeling hit him. He's like, whoo! And then she jumped because she was scared. Not scared, but she was startled. Good word. Startled by him jumping.
Right.
He believes.
Then she asked him,
what's going on?
What's going on? Right.
Exactly. So
That
she
means
stopped.
He stopped her.
No.
He stopped her by jumping.
No.
Just like put your hand on my shoulder. Then you if I do that, you move your hand away
No.
and then you ask me.
I'm
good?
still here. Like, what's wrong with you? Why you jump? Look at you, okay?
If I do that, you get your hands on.
No, I don't. I don't. I as a man who has eaten some coochie in my day, I've been there, and the girl goes, huh? I don't stop. I look at her like, and she goes, oh, no.
In public?
No, not in public. Well,
Okay then.
Sir, hold on. Wait.
Two different scenarios.
Yes, in public, because I've done it in public. I've done it in a movie theater, matter of fact.
And she's done that?
Actually, we were on the back seat in the back row.
Okay.
And she was laid out. I don't remember. Did she jump? She was fine though. You're gonna bring back memories. Let's focus. Anyway, I'm a freak. Sorry. We'll just have to agree to disagree on that one. I believe she jumped because he jumped.
Fair.
He didn't stop her. But go ahead.
Either way, non-verbally, he stopped her.
No.
Right,
See,
so
he likes to say anyway and then say his point.
Let's move on.
Nah. All right. Continue.
All right. So another point. She says she's emotional and childish.
Yes.
To block him and cry about it, even though the friend was saying that it's cute that he's trying hard to get her back. So this is after.
This is after he said the movie theater, right?
Movie theater incident, and then she was trying to figure out like, did you see the tape? And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So
let me ask you a
she got
question.
emotional and left.
What's the easiest way for her to find out if you saw the tape?
Say that again.
What's the easiest way for her to find out if you saw the tape?
Asking him.
Look how easy you came up with that. Maybe asking instead of throwing a 2-year-old fit and running away and then saying, don't come near me or I'm gonna scream.
That is great to say.
Not great.
That is
Childish
great to say, but
and threatening.
In the moment,
Please.
we already had strike one in the store.
Please.
Where he made her feel like she's a charity case by saying, I'm doing you a favor because I bought you a Birkin. Okay? Then we get to the movie theater and then he says, when she tries to give him some love, he's like, I hope you're not doing that because I bought you a bag.
That's not what he said.
Wouldn't you?
Do you see the lies?
Doesn't that imply?
This is the lies they do.
Hold on, let me finish my point. Does that not imply that you are how do I say? I'll cut this part.
No, let it ride. I want to see you stuttering over your bull crap.
Okay, sure. Does that not imply that you are thanking her or receiving a service because you bought something for someone?
No. This is number one. This is why I did not give up the first point because he wants to use it as number one. It ain't number one. He wasn't rude to her. Number two.
He was not. You don't have to be rude.
Oh no, you said number one in the store. He was rude.
I'm sorry, he was rude.
That wasn't rude. He wasn't rude. Number two. He didn't tell. If you listen to what he said in the movie theater, he didn't say, hey, I want to make sure you're getting some money for this. No, he said, I want to make sure you don't think. We can watch it. It's right there.
He said, I hope you're not doing this because I bought you a bag.
No.
That implies that you're doing a service.
I don't want you to think.
Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
Let's go. Okay, now that we reviewed the tape, he said it, he worded it poorly. He meant what I said, but he did say, he said, he basically, I wanted to make sure you weren't doing this because I bought you something.
I bought you a Birkin.
Oh, he didn't.
He basically called her Tiana.
He did not buy her. No, he didn't.
He basically called her
Tiana
Triple
get
X.
way more money than that, so stop it. Tiana get hella bread for that skill she got. But he worded it wrong, but if you, and this is what I tell women all the time, if you're choosing a mate, if you're choosing someone and you're choosing from a well-stated mind, you're not picking someone you think wants to disrespect you.
Right.
So you shouldn't be, your first instinct shouldn't be disrespect. Hers is because she's sensitive over what happened to her.
Again, she was disrespectful in the store.
He was not disrespectful. That's why I will not give that first
that's
point.
strike one.
He was not disrespectful in the store.
Do you want to watch it?
We can.
Let's watch it.
We'll watch it afterward. Go ahead.
Okay.
Because hey, we can come back and make a third video where I'll go like this. Okay, the first, yep, he said it in the store, but I'm never going to say that because he wasn't.
All right, making one thing.
What's the next one?
Because it's going in order.
Okay.
Next one says they met at a park and meets the grandfather and says she's there because she's a felon.
Yeah, she is.
I had to slap my forehead.
Is she not there because she's a felon?
Let's rewind.
Is she not there?
First of all, he's omitting the fact that Justin.
Whoa. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You made a comment about what I said. Say what I said that is not true. That's what I need. I need from you to say exactly what. Don't give me this long-winded excuse. What about what I said is not a fact?
None
None of it, because it's all factual. She's there on doing her hours.
Relax.
Because she's a criminal bastard. We don't even know what it's for.
I have to make sure the timeline's right, because you had it all topsy turvy. But basically, he's not admitting that she was being bullied because of the tape at her school.
Who cares?
And although she was the one who attacked first, this is something that how do I say? This is something that was building up to the point where she ended up attacking her.
Let me ask you
and then
a
getting
question.
community service in the school, but she's not a felon when it comes to like the law or with crime.
You people in the world, if I go steal, no, when homeless people go steal food out the gas station, but they do it because they're hungry, do they not go to jail because there's a reason?
Sure.
No,
I'm just saying.
they go to jail.
You said she's a felon.
She's a felon.
She's not a felon.
I was being facetious, but I'm saying her felonious activities got her where she is.
Well, that's not cool, because you made it
It
sound
is.
like she's a hood rat, and she's
She
not a hood.
is a hood rat. She lives in the hood.
She's not in the hood.
Sir, she lives in the hood and she's sucking D on the first day. That's hood rat activities. Or she tried to.
So a girl showing you appreciation is hood rat activity.
Why would she show him appreciation?
Remember that.
Why would she show him appreciation if if he was so disrespectful in the store? Exactly. I'm gonna kill this dude.
There was one time
Kill this dude.
that she decided to excuse.
Kill this dude. Not the one time, because that whole video was her. Thank you very much.
This man is egregious.
Moving along. Everything
Moving
I said
along.
is still right. Continue.
But anyways,
Felonious.
Keisha is not a felon. I just
She's
need
a
to make sure that's
felon.
clear. She just got in trouble with the school, and the school decided instead of expelling her or something like that, she just got community hours.
She's a felon. She's a school felon. How many times you been suspended?
How many times?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Like once or twice.
How many times did you have community hours?
Not because of a infraction.
If you got felon, I ain't gotta go any deeper. Felon. It ain't something that's normal human beings have to go through. Felon. Next.
Mike is upset that she went to talk to Christian in a secluded place.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
I had to.
Yes.
I smacked my forehead, bro. And I had to look at Ja. Ja, please help this man.
Johnny gotta help me with
Let's
that.
watch the show again. Okay?
I don't need to. I know this.
When we look at the scene,
Mm-hmm.
it was Justin, the mom, Keisha's mom, Keisha, and Christian. Okay? Keisha's mom was
And
talking.
Justin.
Right. I just said it.
No, you said Justin's mom.
I said both.
Go ahead.
Anyways. So Justin's mom, and Keisha's mom were talking. Justin's mom and Justin literally looked at the two walk towards a secluded, sure, but they were in sight. They were like, let's say, not around a corner, but they were like in front of like a booth. But in general, they were in clear sight to where you can see what was going on. And if you remember in the scene, okay, it looked like Christian was kissing on Keisha. The next episode, I'm not even talking about 2 episodes from out, in the beginning of the next episode, you see that Christian was trying to steal a kiss from her, and she's like, nah, get off me, thirsty ass. And then instead of talking to her, instead of being honest, Justin decided to ditch her and go home.
This is hilarious.
Go ahead.
Let's be clear. What was the last thing you just said? The thing you just said. Instead of
Justin got
being
into
what?
his feelings.
You said instead of being honest, right?
Honest, right?
Hilarious, because the entire situation is made because Keisha's dishonest. The entire situation was made because Keisha's dishonest. Let's since he wants to do reasons, let's back up a little bit. It's Justin, his mom, and Keisha on one side, and then it's Keisha's mom and Christian on the other side. Okay, what were they doing? Why were they on the same side? Because Keisha was being introduced to Justin's mom as the girl that he's interested in. Interested in, as in, I want this to be my lady, mom. And the first time she meets you as a love interest for her son, you walk off with your ex-boyfriend around a little corner to go have a silent conversation. And your mom brings your ex-boyfriend around so you guys can go talk in the cut. And the whole time she's saying, your mom is going, ooh, they're gonna go to prom together. They're getting back together. They love it. The first time you meet my mother, there's a reason that his mother said, son, as much as I want you to be with the black woman, I will not stand for you being disrespected. And let's be clear, that kiss never would have happened if Keisha wasn't a liar, pants on fire. She should have been honest. He can't bring up Justin's honesty. She should have been honest up front. Then none of this would have occurred.
We're moving too fast. I have to correct your point.
No, we're not. All this is factual.
You made it seem like they were in a secluded area where nobody can see them. Nobody can see them.
Check this out. Check this out.
Oh,
if five of us are having a conversation, I'm talking about this whole same thing.
Could they? Secluded meaning you cannot see. Does that mean?
I don't believe I said the word secluded. I believe you just said that word and tried to put it on me.
No, you said secluded.
I said they walked off.
Walked off.
They walked off to an area to be by themselves. They walked off to have privacy.
Sure.
There is no need for you. If you're trying to get with me and you're meeting my mom for the first time, there's no reason for you to walk off and have privacy with someone you're not related to. Especially someone you used to get down with. Especially someone who there's a video going around of you slurping their member. Sorry.
Okay, well, we'll move on from
Sorry.
that. But I just had to correct that.
You ain't correct nothing.
I just had to correct that.
You didn't correct nothing. You think you correct
In the
you didn't
video,
correct nothing.
when you watch the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. When you watch the video again that we posted, he was saying that they walked off into a secluded area and nobody can see them and you're doing dirt.
I couldn't have said nobody could see him because I said they saw the kiss.
No.
Yes, I did.
You didn't say that.
I said they saw the kiss.
You didn't say that.
You're wild.
All right, next point.
Why did he get mad and leave then? Because he saw her. I said he saw her kiss him.
He saw them kiss, right?
He saw her kiss and he saw him kiss her.
Yeah.
So how? You're not making any sense. If I'm saying that no one can see them, but they also can see the kiss, then you're being facetious.
I just said he was going for a kiss, and then in the next episode you see that it was misinterpreted. But you see that she pulled away.
We're not talking about
away
that.
from the kiss.
We're not talking about that. Same episode. They went off. Justin and his mom saw him kiss her.
Yes.
So you can't have it both ways. I said that they saw them kiss her. So either they walked off and they could be seen, or they couldn't. You can't have it both ways. Either I said they couldn't be seen.
And you can't use that as a valid point to be mad at Keisha.
How can I? Of course I can.
No, you cannot.
Sir, she allowed a man to. There is a man that thinks he has the right to kiss her. Of course I can. Just like when I'm talking, when the first thing I ask a girl when I first start getting with them and I want to talk to them, I don't ask them if they have a man. You know what I ask them? How many men think they have a shot at being your man? Because I want to know. Yes. Because I want to know how many men out there think. Because a woman won't tell you, oh, this guy could be my man. Yeah. I ask on the first date. Because there isn't going to be a second date if there's other men out there wanting you and you're not sure you want me. That's how I feel about it. But like I said,
if she's pretty, of course there's going to be other men that want her.
I'm not saying there isn't other men. I want to know how many other men and how many men have a shot.
That's why you're interested in.
Exactly. Because there's no, if that
then
man.
Justin should have said that.
What are you talking about?
Justin should have said
they just
like
see
I
this.
Said, Justin
he puts
went off.
Everything on Justin. This
Justin
all is about
off.
because she's a liar.
Again, Justin went off. She tried to text him like, "Wait, what happened? Where'd you go?"
Liar.
And Justin was being dishonest and talking about, "No, I'm cool.
Wait a minute.
I'm good."
You mean like when she did at the movie theater? When she went off instead of just being honest and said, "Don't talk to me"?
She has her reasons.
So Justin has his reasons.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. He just watched the man kiss you on the cheek. He has his own reasons.
Semantics.
Exactly.
Semantics.
So if my semantics exist, your semantics exist. Take that.
But
so
you can't use that as a valid point.
Yes, I can. Then you can't use it as a valid point. It goes both ways. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? It goes both ways.
I'm talking to you.
And I'm talking right back to you, sir. I'm not the fool on the corner. That ain't gonna work. If you get to use it, I can use the exact same thing. So like I said, I stand on everything I said. And he hasn't proved anything I said incorrect. Yo, what this Wi-Fi is trash.
Are you trying to pull up?
I'm trying to pull up the definition of secluded.
Secluded? I don't know. Next point. Says that Keisha went to the basketball game to give him advice. Then sits with her friend on...
I didn't say that she wanted to give him advice. She gave him advice before the basketball game.
I wrote it down because I was literally listening.
We literally have a...
You can watch your video. I already posted
that you are horrible at hearing anything I say.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
And then Justin sees this and crushes the game.
That's not what happened.
That's what you said.
I don't believe that's what I said. But go ahead.
That's what you said.
I don't believe that's what I said.
This man skipped an entire season. This man went to season 3.
There's only one season. So what is he talking about? Thank you.
This man went to season 3.
There's only one season.
He just started making up fake news about how Justin was crushing the game, bro.
There's only one season. And Justin crushed the game. Justin Kirsten. He came in and the coach wouldn't put him in. He came in and destroyed the fourth quarter. 16 points in one quarter.
This is like episode 6, bro.
We
were barely on episode 2.
Did any of you hear me say anything about what episode what was in? No. I stated facts. If I say
the facts is
Germans bombed Pearl Harbor, and then I say Germany's a nice place to visit in 2022-25, those are both facts. They didn't happen a year after each other, but they're both facts.
Let me tell you the facts.
No, I already said the facts. You can tell your facts, but mine are facts.
Okay.
Mine are facts.
Here's what happened in the show. So Justin got mad at Keisha because he thought that they were kissing. She was kissing Christian. Then he started ignoring her and being nonchalant in the text messages, right? Then we get to the basketball game.
That doesn't sound like 3 seasons to me. That sounds like you just made 2 sentences.
I was just making a joke, bro.
Oh, okay.
I was making an exaggeration. But anyways,
okay.
She goes to the basketball game to try to talk to him. He's being nonchalant. He's ignoring her. And also,
that's not true.
He omitted the fact that he was a bench warmer.
That's not true.
He's not that guy.
That's not.
Justin is not that guy. Matter of fact, his mommy and daddy had to pay for him to be on the basketball team.
This dude's a capper. I never said he was that guy. That's one. Never said he was that guy. He invented that. Number 2, she didn't talk to him at the game. She walked in and sat next to her friend.
Yes.
She didn't try to go talk to him, so he's lying on that one. You see how he just makes up stuff and then acts like it's a fact? Not facts. What I say are facts.
I said he ignored her.
He didn't ignore her. He was sitting on the bench.
He was sitting on the bench. He looked at her and he looked away.
That's not ignoring. What is wrong with you? Ignoring is this. Hey, Kev, what's up? That's ignoring. If I walk in and you're sitting down there and I go, and you go, that's not ignoring. You might not even see me.
I'm ignoring you right now.
That's fine. Because he hates facts. That's why he ignores.
So they looked at each other. He looked at her and ignored her. Okay. Then after the game, after he was finished warming up the bench.
No. Tell the truth. What did he do in that game?
Warm up the bench.
No, sir. He balled out that game. You're capping.
You're skipping episodes. Right?
No, I'm not. It's the same episode. I can prove it. Because that's the episode. That's the game. That's the episode she followed it. She only went to one of his games.
Hold on.
She only went to one of his games. So now that we reviewed the tape, I conflated 2 games. That was on me. Still not saying I'm wrong. I'm just saying it was 2 games instead of 1 game. So after the first game, he didn't ignore her. He looked at her for a healthy minute.
This man said minute.
Healthy minute, yeah.
Like
you know how long a minute is?
It's like 20 seconds, bro.
It was more than 20 seconds, but it don't matter.
But anyway,
they looked at each other,
and then
she did this, and he didn't ignore her because after she did this, he was looking at her for another 10 seconds. Then she came over and talked to him, and he reminded her that you told me to go find another you because we weren't compatible. That's what happened. So she was still doing the push-pull game, which is what she played with him the entire season. I want you, but I don't want you. But I want you, but we shouldn't work. But I want you, because she was the one that told him to go find another Keisha, not him. Continue. But I admit, I was incorrect about that. It was more than 1 game. It was 2 games. That game, he was a bench rider and garbage.
He's a bench warmer the entire show, bro.
He was not a bench warmer because he ended up getting a scholarship.
Show.
He ended up getting meetings for scholarships. He wasn't.
His mommy and daddy were paying for him to be in the game.
Before, right. Before.
The entire show.
No, sir. No, sir.
The mom just admitted.
No, sir. No, sir.
We watched 2 days.
You do understand that's the junior year, right? That's their junior year. His senior year, he balled out.
Sure.
No, the end of his junior year and his whole senior year, he balled out.
Do you remember why it looked like he was balling out?
No, I know why he was balling out.
Why was he balling out?
Because Keisha gave him the inspiration.
His mom said he wasn't good enough.
His mom said that before. Now who's mixing up stuff? Now who's mixing up stuff?
It might have been 2 things that happened. His mom said he wasn't good enough.
Before.
What do you mean before?
Before Keisha told him to do what he did. Before he did the thing at the end of the game, but when he took over the game. Before he took over the game and they threw a party for him at a club. I mean, at a bar. Mm-hmm. Before that happened, his mom said, "You're not good enough, baby. We've been trying for this basketball thing. You're not good enough."
Right.
After that, she was celebrating. "Oh my God, that was amazing. Da 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 da. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead and go to the party."
Wait. I'm sorry. I think you're conflating. You said he was balling out, then his mom told him that?
Yeah, she told him. She told him that year. She celebrated him afterward. After he balled out.
No.
Then when did she celebrate him? You're bugging.
This was after he was balling out.
That's what I just said.
They were celebrating after he balled out, but the mom was saying that you're not good enough.
You don't
That
listen.
was in his mind, and then that's when he...
Please go back and watch this. I'm gonna say it again because you're not listening.
What are you saying?
She said that you're not good enough.
Who is she?
His mother.
His mom said.
Justin's mother said you're not good enough before he balled out. Before. That's exactly what I said before.
Okay, good.
You just don't, when I talk, you hear what you want to hear.
Continue.
Then after the game that he balled out, she was celebrating and going crazy.
Okay.
And that's when he started balling. After that game, he balled out the rest of the year and the next season. That's when.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
That's what why you just like to argue? You just like to argue. Continue.
I'm pretty sure I heard what I heard. But anyways.
That's why we have it on tape. Next one.
So, Mike skips an entire season worth of content.
So what?
To say that Justin's life was getting better and that he started balling out on the court. So
Yes.
we already established that he had his timeline conflicted.
No. I thought it was one game, it was 2 games. That's the only thing I said I had conflicted.
Yeah, he had it conflicted.
Okay.
Right.
One thing.
Also, you're saying that his life was getting better.
It was.
And you're omitting that his life was getting better because of Keisha, the dark queen chocolate Keisha. Okay?
You hear this?
Keisha was helping this man
You hear
out
this?
with his ADHD
You hear this?
and helping out with his homework. Okay? The reason why he was doing his homework in general, because this dude was not doing it, even though his mom was screaming on him in the entire season to do his homework, do his essays, etc. Keisha was the one to help him out. Matter of fact, the mom was saying, "Hey, I'm glad we should have found you sooner, because if it wasn't for you, Justin wouldn't have these great grades."
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So, if I get with a girl,
If you get with a girl,
right, and she's a good influence on me, and then she breaks up with me, and I decide that I liked who I was when I was with her, so I continue to be the way that I was with her after she's gone. Everything that I am is because of her? Because that's what you're saying.
That's not what happened.
That's what happened. No, I know that's not what happened. That's what you're saying happened.
His life was getting better because of Keisha. That's what I'm saying.
His life was getting better because she inspired a change in him. He made the change. He got better. He's the one who did the things that needed to be done. She was a muse, I'll give her that, but she didn't make him better, sir.
His life. What are you talking about? Did we watch episode 8? Did we watch that?
I watched every single episode more than once.
By the end, he's working at CVS.
Yes, and that was also, let's do it like this. If you're going to say that she made his life better, then you also got to say she made his life worse. Because the nonsense she did at prom is why he ran off the freaking CVS instead of going to college.
At prom? Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Whatever, call it what you want. And so
get to that.
if she fixed his life, then she ruined his life. And I don't give anyone that much props or power over
You
me.
have to admit to them
No, I know.
that his life was getting better because of Keisha.
No, his life
grades,
got better when he was with Keisha, but it's not because of Keisha.
Was his grades going up because of Keisha?
No. His grades went up
So you're
because
telling me
he
Keisha was
started
not helping
studying
him?
more.
Who was helping him study?
Keisha was.
Next topic.
No. Let me ask you a question. Kobe Bryant was able to focus on becoming a better basketball player because he had a wife that helped take care of his children, that took care of his house. Did she make him a better basketball player? Exactly.
What's that doing anything?
Because that's what you're saying. It wasn't his wife assisted.
If my wife
better.
was showing me 3-pointers and how to. Okay.
All right, jump on it.
Okay. Pause. I'm gonna cut that out.
Jump on the topic.
I'm gonna cut that out. Okay. I don't know where we stopped, but
We stop. No,
either way. Next point. All right. Mike says Keisha is a selfish lover.
Yes.
So you said
Look what you
Justin.
picked out. Look what the points you picked out.
I was going based off your points that you're
You're
saying.
so childish.
Well, it pissed me off, bro.
I talked for like 40 minutes and you pick out these little. He said she was a selfish lover. You are hilarious.
The whole point is ranting about Keisha, so I have to
That's
make
fine.
sure Keisha looks good.
She
You
does.
said she was a selfish lover.
She
First
is.
of all, let's look at the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't look selfish to me.
That's before
right.
she knew him. Continue.
Then we get to the first time where they make sweet, sweet love.
Mhm.
All right?
It was not sweet love, but go
It
ahead.
was not sweet. It was mad awkward.
It was very awkward.
Just like mine. But
Not mine. Actually, no. No, mine was awkward.
I wouldn't be surprised if everybody was awkward.
Mhm.
But anyways, if we go by the sequence, and I don't like the fact that they keep showing man ass. I don't like seeing man ass on
Because
these
woman
shows,
ass
bro.
is harder to in this day and age.
Censor or something?
No. If you show woman ass, they go, that was easy. You just always showing the woman's body. You never want to show the man. So then they just show more men, and then we're just.
Wait, I don't like seeing that.
I'm mad at you.
But anyways, yeah. So we see man ass, and Justin goes down and dives in for the box. Okay, dives in there. Okay, then Keisha says, "All right, I'm good. You don't have to give me any more mouth."
That's not what happened.
Well, she didn't say that, but
he
she's
was
like,
horrible, and she was like, "Yeah, you can stop that."
"Okay, fair enough. Whatever."
Whatever that was. Is
Then
not
she went
it.
up to him, right? Decided to give him some magic mouth.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she
No,
did.
she didn't. She gave him some hand. She gave him some hand, sir. We can pause this and go back.
Either way,
I'm not giving that one
show
up.
it.
Yes,
The
it did.
camera didn't show it.
You
bro.
saw her lips the entire time. Her lips never disappeared.
They didn't. The camera didn't show it. Well, I'll show
She
him. Real quick.
never gave him
Well, let me
no
finish
slap.
the sequence. She decided to give him some magic mouth.
None.
Then he stopped her, and then that's when he did that awkward 2 pumps. All
That's not true at all.
We'll come back. Hold on.
There's a reason.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna say
All right.
nothing. I'm gonna let you rock.
I give him that. I wasn't paying attention to the scene. I saw man ass, and I turned my head away. But yes,
Oh,
he's right.
man. Thank you. She
He's
gave
right.
him the old
I don't think it's selfish, but
selfish.
hey, listen.
Selfish like shellfish.
Justin could have asked. So
He don't even know how to ask for head. He didn't ask the first time he got a little bit.
I know, right? Maybe he just doesn't like it. I don't know.
Man, stop it.
Some girls are bad at it.
Did you see his face when he thought he was gonna get some? He looked happy as hell standing up.
Fair.
So stop it. Thank you.
All right,
So we can skip that one. I'm right on that.
Fair enough.
Continue.
All right, you got that. Says Keisha believes everything people say about Justin, even though people say Keisha's a hoe, and he defends her.
Facts. How am I wrong?
We
on
have
that?
to correct that.
How?
We have to correct that.
What part of what I said is incorrect?
So you said that Justin,
Doesn't
Justin
let anyone
is
talk
clingy,
about her.
and you
He's
said
very
that's
clingy.
true.
Yes.
I don't see any issues with believing what people say because that's true. He's clinging.
Sir.
There's some what else? There's something else you said. I can't remember what it was,
Sir.
but
Do you remember what the thesis was? Do you remember what the thesis for this entire thing was?
you're blaming Keisha, right?
No.
You're
the
blaming
thesis
Keisha, basically.
was
Go ahead.
Justin is in love with Keisha.
Yes.
Keisha loves Justin, but only acts like she's in love with him when things are going bad. That was that was how I started the whole. That was the thesis statement for the entire thing. That was attached to that because she, whenever things are bad, no, Justin's amazing. When things aren't, when things are great, she allows people to talk trash about Justin. She allowed her friends, she allowed her dad.
Talk trash about him.
Did her dad not talk trash about Justin?
He said it was a good kid.
No, after he punked him in front of everybody and had to get stopped by the mom. He said,
they already
she's
established that
cool,
was-
she's cool, he's cool and all, but he a little clingy, he a little green, he a little bit, he a little soft, he a little, he tried him like a punk. And she said it like this, Daddy, can we just talk about something else? Daddy, can we move?
Okay,
If
tell you
Daddy-
what.
Every time Keisha's mom, Justin's mom or Justin's dad said anything about Keisha, Justin was immediately like, no, you don't know her like I do. Oh, she has a sex tape, son. I already know about the sex tape. It doesn't matter. She's not a hoe. She's not that. He defended her because he was in love. She was not.
Okay, tell you what. We'll just put all those points together because it pretty much all runs together. So there's that one, and then he also says, Mike says, Keisha's upset that Justin invited her to go to the same college.
She was.
And then also he says Keisha is the reason that things didn't go the best for him when it came to going to Northwestern.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so you said that Keisha pretends that she's in love with him when everything goes bad?
No. When everything's going bad, she acts like she's in love with him.
What does that
she
mean?
lies to herself. It's like this.
You're saying that she doesn't love him?
No, did you listen to what you really don't be listening to
What
I'm
you're
talking.
saying doesn't make sense.
It makes perfect sense.
When things
There's
are
a
bad.
difference between love and in love.
Okay, give me an example. When things are bad, give me an example.
When everything's going bad for her, Justin is perfect.
The whole show is about things going bad for her.
No, the whole show is about something bad happens, Justin saves it and makes it better. Then something else happens, then Justin helps her make it better. That's what the show's about. The show is an up and down roller coaster. And here's the thing, it's whenever it gets bad, it's usually her making a rash decision that makes it go bad.
Give me an example.
Okay, everything is terrible, I hate life. Justin shows up. Hey, that wasn't on you, that wasn't your fault. That happens to other people, that happens to everybody. You need to stand up and be the woman that you are.
The tape?
Yeah,
Talking about the tape?
the sex tape. And then he builds her up to where now she's walking around proud. She ends up going back to the school that she ran away from. She's standing up to people. Justin's my man. Then things start going great. And then she starts taking them for granted. And then something else happens. And
She starts taking them for granted. Give me an example. Sounds like you're making it up.
No.
Or projecting. I don't know. Sounds like projecting.
You and this, and see, that's the other thing I'm talking about. This whole projecting, y'all be tripping. It's not.
But give me an example.
You're actually projecting because you're acting as if you're Justin.
Maybe. Go ahead.
When things are going great for her, it's no longer about respecting Justin. When stuff is going good for her,
like what
did she run and go do? The second her life was starting to look better, she ran to go to the Nike workout with her ex-boyfriend. Did she not? Did she not?
Did we watch the same show?
Yes, we did. Did she run to go to the Nike workout with her ex-boyfriend? Yes,
Episode 3. This is when we just watched it. Justin was ignoring her. Okay. Then Justin was like, go find another Keisha.
That's not what he said. Justin said she told him to go find another Keisha.
Either way.
It's not either way. They mean
Justin said he's going to go find another Keisha.
That's not what he said.
He said, I'm going to take your advice and find another Keisha. How about that?
That better.
Is that better?
Put the onus where it belongs.
That's when Christian showed up, which we saw.
You mean it showed up? They were the same game. They were the same building. You're acting like Justin came out of nowhere. This nigga.
Then Christian showed up and invited her to the prom. Okay?
Correct.
Then Justin randomly texted her back and was like, and they were like, okay, you ready to talk? And then
keep going. You're about to walk into it. Keep going.
I forgot the point.
They got to a point where they got back to copacetic and they were both happy with each other. They were joyous. They finally fixed their issues.
Right.
They fixed their issues, and then Christian was like, "Oh, I got this Nike thing popping. I would love for you to show up." And you know what she should have said? It probably wouldn't look good because I have a boyfriend. I probably shouldn't show up just for a train. The little bit of training
right.
The little bit of training stuff that I learned there might not be worth it to make my boyfriend feel like garbage. Which is what it would
No,
do.
that's not what happened. No. So Christian invited her to prom and to the Nike thing, and this is where they're still
They
arguing.
weren't at the same time.
It's the same time.
Nah. But
Same time. They're still arguing. They're still like broken up or whatever.
They fixed it right after the game.
It wasn't after the game.
Okay.
It wasn't after the game.
This is
so he's like, go find another Keisha, and then that's when she went to the Nike thing with Christian. After you also invited her to the prom, and then this is in that same scene, or I'm sorry, not the same scene, but in the scene with Christian in the Nike area, she was telling him that she wants everything to look normal and to stay away from him because, stay away from her because she's trying to like keep up this image that they're still cool with each other to avoid the tape. So that's what happened.
Bullshit, bro.
All right, well,
let me ask you a question. If you say you're in love with someone, and the one person who puts a dent or friction in that love, is that the person you're gonna go hang out with?
I think you missed the whole point of why Keisha was doing everything.
It doesn't. No.
Keisha was doing this.
The whole point of Keisha doing it is because she was a liar. You can put reasons on it. You can put feelings on it. She was a liar.
Same with Justin.
That's all. What is Justin lying about?
So you can't.
What was Justin lying about? What was Justin lying about?
Well, let's talk about Keisha first.
No. What was Justin? You said he was a liar. I can prove why Keisha was a liar. What was Justin lying about?
Justin lied that he was cool about the whole...
You're full of shit. Stop it. Do better. Do better. I expect better from you.
Anyways.
Keisha was a liar from jump.
The whole point with Keisha's arc is to be honest about herself, what she wants, and what she deserves. Okay? The whole point of her lying to her mom was to protect her mom's feelings because she was afraid of disappointing her mom, which every kid feels that way, right?
So?
Okay? And then 2, she was worried that her mom would do things like deport her because her mom is Jamaican. We have Caribbean moms. We know how moms act. Matter of fact, later on in the season, she told her mom what happened and what her mom do. Yell at her and left the house.
Yes, because
which is something that
what did her mom yell at her for? What did her mom yell at her for?
Because of the situation.
No, her mom yelled at her because she lied to her for so long. That's what her mom said hurt.
Sure.
You had me looking stupid out here all this time. You had me taking extra jobs all this time when I could have been relaxed at the job I had.
Sure.
To send you to. It was the lie.
Yes.
Everyone will tell you the lie is
either
the problem.
Way.
Not either way. Acknowledge it.
Acknowledge it. Sure. Either way,
see,
she did not want to deal with the negative impact.
Say it again. Say it again.
The negative impact.
No. She didn't want to deal with it.
She didn't want to deal with it.
So she lied to not have to deal with it. That's why it's her fault.
1 second. that her mom would have, or sorry, that would have with her mom, and also she didn't want anything bad to happen to Christian because the fact that she's 16 and Christian sent that video, right? That would be considered child movies, okay? And Christian would actually go to jail, so his life would be ruined.
Christian was a child. He wouldn't have went to jail.
He would have went to jail.
He wouldn't have
There's
went to jail.
cases like that.
Dude.
Where like a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, or a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old.
She would have went to jail first because she's the one who sent it.
She's the victim.
She's not the victim.
Either way, she's a boy, and we're in a society where, if a woman cries victim, then she'll tend to get off. So, so that was the main issue. So she didn't want to disappoint her mom, and she didn't want to get Christian in trouble. I think that's valid because we always say the law is protecting women, right? And that women don't help protect women, men or black men, or they use the system. And the fact that we have Keisha who's trying to protect the black man, you would think this guy would have respect for it.
Nope.
But clearly doesn't.
I'm going to tell you why. It's real easy. He just said the two most important things to Keisha. Keeping the lie going to her mom, and keeping the lie going with Christian. You know what he didn't mention in any of that?
Go ahead.
The man she's supposed to be in love with. You notice how nothing important surrounded Justin's name? Nothing. It wasn't, I want to give security and love and care and comfort to the man I'm in love with. He didn't say any of that. He didn't say I want to worry about what the man I'm supposed to be in love with feels on the inside, feels as a human being, as a person in this relationship. She didn't say anything about that. Oh, no. You told me to mind your business. She didn't have anything to say about that. Everything was about other people. Why? Because she loved Justin, she wasn't in love with him. He was in love with her, so everything was about her. Everything was about making her comfortable. Everything he did was thinking about how to make her better, how to make her life better, how to make her a better version of herself. Everything she was doing was to make her better, to make her a better version of herself, because she cared about her first, which is okay, but don't act like Justin is the problem. Keisha was the problem.
I'm glad you brought up that, because we remember, we're gonna run out of time. We remember, if you remember, I think it was episode 7 when she was talking with her dad, who's pretty much a jerk, but he's pretty much in the same situation that they're in, right? Where he's in love with the mom, and he even mentions that he puts the mom as a prize, and because of that, he sabotaged her future. So we get all the way to the end where things are getting better for Keisha. Keisha finally got her scholarship. She's able to do track. What's that? And the dad, spoke with her. He was saying that Justin was, he's a good kid, but he's lost. He's clingy, and again, he's gonna sabotage her. And she's like, Justin wouldn't sabotage my future like that. And then we get literally two scenes later, bro. Justin was in the pool with Keisha. He had his glasses on, right? The parents left. So they were secluded. And Justin,
Don't use my word.
Justin decided he wanted to get freaky in the pool, right? So what do? Goes up to her, touches her. She's like, no, don't. Let's not do that, Justin. Pulls down his pants. They're not even in that secret spot where like the camera can't even see. They're literally in the spotlight. And what did Mr. Two Pump try to do? He's talking about, I bet you I'll pull out. Don't worry, babe, I got you. That's what Justin said. And then Keisha was like, no, Justin, what's wrong with you? I don't even know who you are. Guess what? Guess what Justin was trying to do? Sabotage your future, right? When everything was getting better. And because of because of that conversation, because of that incident in the pool, that's when she realized what her father was saying. That just because you love somebody doesn't mean that person won't hurt you. And Justin was trying to sabotage her future, right, when everything was getting better. So when he mentioned, hey, let's go to the same school together, she's gonna have a weird look on her face. Bro, everything is just getting good, and you just try to put a baby on me. Maybe not on purpose, but why? Like it seems like I'm the prize. You seem like your whole attention is because of me, or is on me, and you don't even care about your future. Matter of fact, his mom, when he broke the news to his mom, this is my last point, saying that, hey, I know you want to do music, but there's a great program at Northwestern, and he declined it. He wants to work at CVS and work with some bum in his dusty apartment. Justin has There's nothing about Justin that says like, oh, if you keep, for Keisha, if you keep moving along with this guy, it's gonna turn out better for you. You might end up like your mom, stressed and with a child. Go ahead.
Everything he just said is bullshit. Every single syllable.
Did the dad?
No, I was quiet.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was quiet. Everything he said is bullshit. Number one, let's stop. I'll go backwards. He tries to act like Justin would have ruined Keisha's life when it's Keisha who ruined Justin's life. That's what she did. She was the one who pushed him not to go to Northwestern. She was the one who pushed him to go to school, to do the production thing with the neighbor of her friend. That was her. Number two, the dad is a piece of garbage. The mom isn't a victim. See, that's what he's trying to convince you. He's trying to convince you that the dad was trying to warn her. No, the dad, Keisha's dad and Keisha's mom, neither of them are victims. The dad is a selfish moron who put trying to make it to the league over his family. And Keisha's mom is a selfish, childish woman who put her heart and vagina over the wellness of her child. That's what it is. Because if she knew who that dad was, she knew who the dad was and what he was going to be, it was her job to move on and be better for herself. That was her job. She chose not to. She chose to sit around and wait for him to come back. Wait for him to come back. Because every time there's a party he shows up, you can see how wet she gets for him. Oh, stop it. Because she's in love. She chose that. That was her choice. Mm-hmm. So we can't blame the dad. She made that choice for herself. Now let's take that feel. Now the dad, who was selfish, was going to Keisha to be selfish. Because the dad and the mom's relationship is not a mirror to Keisha's and Justin's relationship. That's what he's trying to convince you, that it's a mirror. It's not. The difference is Justin is the opposite of her father. He was willing to crash out to give everything to her. Because let's be clear, her dad was a brokey. Her dad is a brokey. Justin is not. Even if Justin doesn't become anything, his inheritance enough will be able to take care of a family. That's one. Because I don't want to hear nothing from you. That's one. But he's intelligent enough that his fallback plan will probably still be better. He's doing CVS because it's easier to do CVS and then go do what he wants to do. Number three, Keisha's a piece of trash because the whole time she was telling him not to go to Northwestern to go follow your dream, she could have told him, hey, you can go to Northwestern and still produce beats. You can go to Northwestern and still make music. You can go to Northwestern and still be who you want to be. But that's not what she told him to do. She told him to stay here with some no-name nigga who raps over your beats and throw away your life. That's what she did. Now, if she wasn't, and she knew she was going to leave him. She knew, because women will tell you, oh, it's not about a new guy. I just want to go experience whenever a woman says I want to go have experiences, or I want to go see what life is like, or I want to go find myself, she's talking about a new penis. That's all it means, new peen. They might not say it, they might not even realize it, but that's what it means. Because I guarantee you, season 2, we haven't seen or heard anything about season 2. I guarantee you, season 2 comes, she's gonna find some new, it's gonna be new peen and Justin trying to hold on because he's a simp lame. That's all it's gonna be. Okay. It's pathetic. So like I said, it's Keisha's fault. Keisha's the horrible one. Keisha's the one that pushed him in the direction she wanted him to go. And then when he kept trying, and then kept pulling him because she needed his love, but when she didn't need it, pushed him away. She's a user, just like her father who used her mother.
I'm gonna have to stop you because we're running out of time.
And the battery's dying.
And the battery's dying.
We got like 5 minutes.
I gotta show him the scene. Hold on.
Hey, I don't know what's wrong with dude.
Okay, you know the
Justin and her are the same age. She's a lot. Let's be clear. With these two, I said it earlier, we know who the more socially adult is. It's Keisha. It was Keisha's job to tell him no in the pool. But anyway, I want to read a couple things and then we're done. A man once said that women need to keep playing the odds to find a simp that'll give you his money. All you need is one good investment to make your future. A man once said, a woman needs to keep her reputation fresh. Then of course you have to understand no matter what happens, she'll take you down with her. A man once said that. A man once said, she's got a vagina, she'll find somebody else. A man once said that. A man once also said, there's not too many places you can go for good advice, so of course, you're gonna do what you see on IG and on TikTok to make your relationship seem perfect. This man is speaking about the wretchedness of Keisha. This man says, if it comes to a point where she's gonna break your heart,
This man has a lot to say.
oh no. If there comes to a point where she's gonna break your heart or ruin your relationship, it's just a lesson that a man has to go through. See, this man doesn't care about men's feelings. This man only cares about what women should do and what they shouldn't do. And this man is Kevin. All these words are his. They're quotes from him because he doesn't, everything he says is skewed to women.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I just hope you make the right choice in saying that Keisha is not a victim. At the same time, Justin's not a victim, and Keisha's not a villain. Justin's not a villain. I had to show him a scene of Justin in the pool. Like I said, Justin is Mr. Two Pumps, and unintentionally, he would have sabotaged her future if they would have had a baby. And that was the catalyst of her saying, okay, no, I don't think I'm going to go to college. I don't want this guy going to college with me. I want us to have our own experiences, and I want to make sure that I'm not his focus on his future. She would prefer, and she even said it in the show, she would prefer that he has his own experiences. He has his own experiences. She has her own experiences, and they come together and they enjoy life together. To the point where Justin even broke off the relationship. He broke up with her, not the other way around. So at the end of the day, I think Keisha did a great thing to emphasize that you need to have self-love. Without self-love, you're just an empty shell in a relationship, and it's not going to work out. So, like I said, I think they did a great job with this show on Netflix and showing that nobody's a villain. I do see a lot of people on TikTok and IG saying Keisha is a villain. I don't know why, but it's clear in this show that nobody's a villain. But all right, let us know what you think in the comments.
Let him know that I'm right.
And just so you know, I'm Kevin on this podcast. I know.
And I'm Mike, and I'm right, and he doesn't. Keisha's a villain, not a victim.
And Justin's a simp. And we are out.
They can both be correct. They can both be correct.